Long before civilizations emerged, before cities were built, temples raised, or words were written, survival was all that mattered. Millions of years ago, Earth was a wild and unforgiving place. The climate was tough, the land was untamed, and early humans were only starting to take their first uncertain steps in a world dominated by predators. This was far from an age of human power. In truth, we were the prey. Our earliest ancestors lived in constant fear of creatures that towered over them in size, strength, and speed. Each day was a fight for survival, not only against harsh environments, but against predators whose very names still strike fear today. Saber-toothed cats with razor-sharp fangs, enormous hyenas with jaws strong enough to crush bone, crocodiles stretching longer than two grown men, and massive birds of prey capable of carrying off a child in an instant. Survival in that world required far more than brute strength. It called for intelligence, strategy, and teamwork. The tale of human survival isn't just about evolution. It's the story of how vulnerable, soft-skinned beings manage to outthink and outmaneuver the monsters around them. In this documentary, we journey back to an age when humans were far from the top of the food chain. We'll uncover the predators that hunted our ancestors, the deadly encounters that influenced our evolution, and the survival strategies that turned humanity from vulnerable prey into the world's ultimate survivor. This is the story of life millions of years ago, when each sunrise brought uncertainty, and every shadow could be hiding death. Picture the world of our earliest ancestors. There were no homes, no cities, no lasting shelters. Life unfolded beneath the open sky, across vast plains, within dense forests, and along rivers where food and water could be gathered. These early humans had not yet built great civilizations. They lived in small bands, often with fewer than 50 members, depending on cooperation to endure. They survived as gatherers and scavengers, always on the move, tracking herds and shifting with the seasons. Food was never guaranteed. One successful hunt could mean survival, while failure might mean starvation. Their tools were basic yet groundbreaking: sharpened stones, wooden spears, and crude knives shaped from flint. These weren't just for hunting, but also for defense. And when fire was discovered, it became their greatest weapon against the night, scaring off predators and bringing warmth during the coldest hours. Yet even with fire, danger surrounded them. Unlike today, humans weren't the dominant species. In fact, they were among the most defenseless. Without tough hides, sharp claws, or lethal teeth, our ancestors had almost no natural protection. Their only real strength was their mind, the power to think, to plan, and to work together. The world around them was both abundant and dangerous. Africa, the birthplace of humanity, overflowed with life. Massive herds of antelope, towering elephants, and predators hidden in the tall grass. Across Eurasia, icy tundras pushed human endurance to its limits, while cave bears and dire wolves prowled the land. With every step outside the safety of the tribe, the risk of meeting death was never far away. Children had to be guarded every moment. One wrong step, wandering too far, approaching the water's edge, or drifting from the group, could mean being taken by a predator in an instant. Mothers kept their infants pressed tightly against them, while hunters stood watch and formed protective circles through the night. The struggle never let up, but it molded who we became. The ever-present threat of predators pushed humans to sharpen their awareness, strengthen their unity, and create more advanced tools. Without these pressures, we might never have developed the intelligence and cooperation that define humanity today. But who were these predators? Which creatures kept our ancestors awake through the night? Their roars rumbling across ancient valleys, their shadows stalking the very edges of human fear. To find the answer, we must journey into the shadows of prehistory and face the deadly hunters that shaped the course of human destiny. The screen fades to black. A deep, dramatic drumbeat echoes. Words appear on the screen. Chapter 1: The Deadly Predators.